My name is Barney. And my name is Asika. Today we'll be sharing how we made our chariot at home. We used to make the chariot with some thermocol, paint, sticks, glue, a cutter, pearls, clay, and paper and sketches. We started by making a shape out of the thermocol and then making holes to put the wheels in. We then put a supporter to put on the second base on and barred it up to make sure it's sturdy. And then we also made some more over here, like this is like where the Pujaris worship Lord Jagannath. And then this is the mandap where Lord Jagannath sits. And these are the pillars. And this is the dome, and then that's like where the flag is. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Today I'll be telling the pastime of Lord Jagannath. There was once a pious king by the name of King Indra, and he had a constant desire to see the Lord Vishnu. So one day a Brahmana came to his palace and informed him about the deity Nila Madhava and Nilachal Dham. The king was very happy to hear this and sent his ministers Vidyapati in search of this deity. Vidyapati began his journey and on the way met the tribal chief Vishwavasu. He asked Vishwavasu where does Nila Madhava reside, but Vishwavasu wouldn't answer as it was a secret. After a lot of time, Vishwavasu then answered that he could take Vidyapati to where Nila Madhava resides. They began their journey. When they reached there, Vidyapati was very happy to see the Lord. He then went back to King Indra's palace and informed him about the good news. The king, along with Narada Muni and Vidyapati, set off to see Nila Madhava. But when they reached there was a terrible storm and the deity had disappeared. King Indra was very upset, but then a heavenly voice from the sky said that he would get Lord Darshan in a different form. The king then performed 1,000 Ashwamedha sacrifices and then gave lots of charity to the Brahmanas. Finally, a log came into the water and the heavenly voice said that someone should carve the log into deities. Everyone tried carving it, but all their tools broke. Then a carpenter by the name Vishwakarma came and he said that he would carve the deities, but he should stay in a locked room for 21 days. No one should open the door. If anyone did open the door before 21 days was over, he would disappear. So the king made all the arrangements, but after 14 days they could not hear any noise from the room. The king became very anxious and wanted to see whether the carpenter was sick because he had not eaten anything. So when he opened the door, the carpenter disappeared. The king was very disappointed, but then Lord Brahma informed him that the Lord wanted to come in this form as unfinished deities with no hands and no legs as Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. The king then installed the deities at Sri Purushottam Kshetra. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada was very much admired with the Ratha Yatra festivals of Lord Jagannatha held yearly in Calcutta. The biggest Calcutta Ratha Yatra was a Mulliks with 3 separate carts bearing the deities of Jagannatha, Baladeva and Subhadra. Abhay had heard how Lord Chaitanya himself 400 years before had danced and led ecstatic chanting of Hare Krishna at the Puri Ratha Yatra festival. Abhay would sometimes look at the railway timetable or ask about how he could collect the money and go there. Abhay wanted to have his own cart and to perform his own Ratha Yatra, and hence he approached his father for help. Gauraman agreed, but later there were a lot of difficulties. He took his son to many carpenter shops, but he found that he could not afford the cart. But on the way home, Abhay started crying. By seeing that, an old Bengali lady approached Abhay and asked what was the matter. Then Gauraman explained that Abhay wanted to make a cart of himself, but they could not afford. But the lady gladly took them to their home and showed them the cart. Though the cart looked old, but still it was operable, of the right kind of size, and Gauraman purchased it, took it home and nicely decorated it by making the necessary arrangements. And he even bought a lot of paint, and Abhay personally painted the cart and everything, exactly mimicking the original Puri Ratha Yatra. Abhay also engaged his playmates in helping him, his sister Bhavatirani, and he became their natural leader. Responding to his entreaties, amused mothers in the neighborhood agreed to cook special preparations so that he could distribute the prasadam at his own Ratha Yatra festival. Like the festival in Puri, Abhay's Ratha Yatra ran for 8 consecutive days. His family members gathered and the neighborhood children joined in a procession, pulling the cart, playing drums and hand cymbals and chanting. Wearing a dhoti and no shirt in the heat of summer, Abhay led the children in chanting Hare Krishna and in singing the appropriate Bengali bhajan. Abhay copied whatever he had seen at adult religious programs, including dressing the deities, offering the deities food, offering arati with a ghee lamp and incense and many other things. From Harrison Road, the procession entered the circular road inside the courtyard of Radha Govinda temple and stood there for some time. Seeing the fun, Gormon friends approached him and started asking what's happening. While Abhay was ecstatically absorbed in the other positions, Gauramohan spent money for 8 consecutive days, and his mother, and Prabhupada's mother, used to cook all the very delicious items for Lord Jagannath. And this is how Prabhupada used to celebrate the Ratha Yatra festival in his childhood days.